I was over at a friend's house the other night and they wanted me to take a look at an issue in their basement where a couple of their outlets weren't working and they couldn't figure it out. The circuit breaker wasn't tripped, but there was no power being provided and they wanted me to take a look. This home was brand new. It was little over 1 year old and is built by a reputable builder in our area. Well, when I took the faceplate off, one, I could see the actual failure point that was providing no power to the circuit. I have a little mock-up here. This is exactly how the outlet was wired. It had 3 sets of 14 gauge Romex coming into the box, and all being wired into a 15 amp residential grade outlet. And you can easily see our mistake number 1, and that is any of these unused screw terminals. You want to tighten those down. You do not want to leave those hanging out there where they could come in contact with a metal electrical box or a neutral or ground wire that might be floating inside your box. Sometimes you'll see this on job sites where they're trying to save a little bit on labor costs and they just leave those screw terminals hanging out there. When it comes to the second mistake, I want to focus in on the actual method for wiring this outlet. One, we had what's called side wiring, where we do a clockwise J-hook around the screw terminal. Now, the clockwise J-hook is correct, and that is best practice. What I do not agree with, there's 2 kind of points here. This is called speed wiring or backstabbing. It's only available for residential grade outlets. I do not recommend backstabbing, and many professionals do not recommend this. It's a one and done feature. You could put a small flathead screwdriver in here and release that wire, but that is it. You cannot use that feature again. And why I don't like that, if we look internally, then you can see how they're being held. There's actually just one little tab here that presses against the wire when it comes into the housing, and that's it. It's one and done because that tab would deflect and it would not be ideal to be used again. I prefer commercial grade outlet. This is my favorite, Legrand. It's a 15 amp Legrand commercial grade outlet. You're gonna pay about $1.50 or $2 more as compared to your residential grade, but I think it's worth every penny. Now, overall, commercial grade outlets are just built better. They're higher standards, better build quality, thicker gauge materials, but also they have this feature called back wiring, where you put that wire straight in and you tighten down your screw terminal. But what this does is it actually pulls a plate on the backside and it pinches down that wire internally. So it's not depending on any sort of lever arm pressing against it. You can see how that wire is pinched in the plate as we tighten down the screw terminal, and these are reusable. Now, the third mistake goes to kind of this jumbled up mess you see here, bringing all your wires into the outlet itself and kind of serving as a junction. Why I do not like this. One is this failure mode that we saw. We had a failure at the power coming in, which was actually on the screw terminal itself. Because we didn't have continuity on that power coming in, it knocked out the other 2 pieces of Romex that were going to other outlets downstream on the same circuit. So it takes everything out. One failure point at one outlet takes out the entire circuit. That does not have to happen if you use a technique called pigtailing. So you're gonna have to kind of fold those back in, where you're actually trying to press this back into the box where you can thread in your mounting screws. So if you don't use pigtailing, you just run all the wires in. One, you're gonna have a hard time getting this outlet flush. You're gonna be having to push it all over the place so it's actually lined up flush once you put that faceplate on. 2, it's gonna push wires all over the place. So if you made mistake number 1 and you did not secure down those unused screw terminals, you do have an opportunity of a short as a wire is pushed over in contact with that screw terminal. So there's just a better way. So I'll strip down these 3 sets of Romex, and the amount that I'm stripping off corresponds to my preferred wire connector, and that is a WAGO 221 lever nut. I think these are superior to wire nuts, and one feature right here is you can actually see your wires and that they are firmly connected to the bus bar. Now here are the actual pigtails. So you can see I have one lever still open. That's where I'll connect the hot, the neutral, and the ground pigtail. And here's the big difference, right? So if something got knocked out on the outlet, if the outlet failed, we still have everything tied together at the WAGO lever nut, so it won't take out our other outlets and won't affect the other parts of the circuit. And now I have 3 wires coming to my outlet I can do a J-hook here for my one ground, which I'll connect first in a clockwise direction. And then, as you saw, I'm just going to go straight in because this is commercial grade and I'm using back wiring. Now with 3 wires, this will be much easier to get into the electrical box. As always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I really do appreciate your feedback.